Hello? Hello? We're not even gonna bother with intro stuff. We're just gonna turn shit on. Man. Hello? Oh, hey, Mamba King. Just a person I wanted to see, actually. I had a question for you. I saw... Well, first of all, I've been... The hell's this? X. Move, move, move. Go away, thank you, bye. Yep, you get up there. Update queued for Vermintide. Damn it, hurry up. So, Mamba King, if you're there, I wanted to ask... excuse me. I wanted to ask if you... I know that you spend quite a bit of time pulling out audio files from the game, Total War Warhammer, like, because, which I appreciate. I've been using a lot of those in, like, the pre-stream footage, like the music for the Lizardmen and all that stuff. But I was curious if you are able to do that for... Are you only able to do that for stuff in game? Like, do you think it'd be possible to do that for the trailers they have? Or do you think CA would have to give us, like, direct... We'd have to get CA to give us that. What's up, Gavin? Video gaming. Oh yeah, dude, we're gonna kill some rats. We're gonna cut down on the Skaven population a bit. Why do I have an announcement from Underworlds? Oh, because they just put out a hotfix. Ugh, I kind of want to play Underworlds, but maybe we'll do that tomorrow. If you can't do that, though, the other thing I was wondering, Mamba King, is... Do you know if there... I know you're able to pull out the music. I suspect you're able to do this, but I don't know if you've tried. Have you tried to pull out the audio file, or, like, the voice files? Like, character speeches and stuff? Is that doable without, like, killing yourself? Because I've been having some ideas lately, but to accomplish them requires some shenanigans. Okay, hold up. Let's see what my dailies are before I do anything. Stream is pitch black? Well, yeah, that's because I hadn't opened anything yet. Are y'all able to see stuff now? Yes, you can.
At least the sun is shining, eh?
Shut up, Loner. Complete missions as other characters. Okay. Can I get rid of these? I can, but I probably should just do them. They're not that hard. Do I want to play any of these people? No, I've maxed out everybody. I mean, it can't hurt to just do it. It's not a huge deal. Okay, speeches are doable, but CA would have to give us the audio. Where am I? I'm invisible. Currently. I could put on a camera if you need it. I don't think having my face visible helps in Vermintide, because I tend to take up part of the screen. If y'all really want it, I don't mind putting it on. I am wearing a green shirt today, though. So I might be a little, like... I might be, like, a little digitized, so to speak. But, real quick, I wanted to show y'all, something. So I'm going to turn on my main screen real quick. I'm going to turn off Vermintide for half a second. Because I wanted to show y'all... Have y'all been, wait, hold on.
Do you really plan on spending the rest
Let's do this in the right order. Have y'all ever watched the videos by, like, Engaging Bear?
So?
The fact is, it appears you
Like,
care
he has
about
this new video
nothing
for,
in the human world,
um,
except my relationship with Saltzpyre.
he has this new video coming out for Vlad,
I have to enjoy the sight
and I am
and
like,
sound of you two
I'm
every
getting
single
really
day,
excited
and it
because,
drains
like,
my sanity.
I gotta
Apparently,
close a
I'm
door,
not as good at shutting out the world as I
and,
used to be.
Then try harder. We do.
like, watch this for half a sec while I grab something. Watch this.
Children of light, cower before me. I am the father of von Karstein, and I shall rip the Empire apart. The world will drown in blood, and all will know on death. Come now. Is this all that thine empire can muster? What a pitiful age this is. Vlad von
I've seen many
Karstein.
elves abroad in the
All
Empire.
shall know
Not
me.
from those marching
and
to war
tremble.
anyway.
Like,
Am I not marching
he's
to
been
war?
getting
After a fashion.
really good at some things.
Well, maybe I find
Um,
you efficient.
Like, the timing
In
for
your
that
own
music,
brief
like,
ways.
damn, dude.
Efficient? Now, what's
Alright,
that
y'all want the
supposed
camera? I'm
Just
literally
forget I
just
said
invisible. Hold on. Hold on. Let me put on a different shirt. I didn't think it'd be that bad. Hold on.
So, you give any thought to that little proposition I made?
to? Yeah, well, not yet.
Oh,
We're
man.
busy for the foreseeable, eh?
That was, no, I can't do a flying V-neck situation thing. That's just too weird looking for me. Like, I've worn that shirt on stream before, and it didn't go, like, completely invisible. That was a little ridiculous. There we go. That's better.
You know, Carillion, I'm still no clearer as to why you're traipsing around with us. Don't you want to go home?
More than you knew.
Let me
So why
fix
stay?
my...
Doesn't add up.
No.
If I answer you,
Stop it.
will you cease your glaciate yammering?
Alright, we have a deal.
Very well.
Okay.
I made a mistake.
So, I'm not doing any particular thing today, so I think we're just gonna... We'll just stay on... I guess we could do Legend. Where am I? That's fine. Oh, gosh. Yeah, that was a... Sorry, that was, that was a little extreme. Like, if it was just my head that had been floating, that would have been one thing. But it was like my head and then like just like an arrow across my chest, and I was like, no, no. That's too much for old me. How is everybody doing today, by the way? Yeah, Engaging Bear's been doing a good job. I mean, he's always been doing a good job, but his stuff lately has been getting, like, really high quality.
The time has come, people. The Skittergate guards have been thin. The
Hello,
Roman
section?
forces
God,
lack
y'all are so
leadership,
needy.
and dear old Rascal
Yeah, no, I don't mind.
hold some self-congratulatory
Who do we all have here tonight? We've got John Locke Cole, Gavin,
Now, just
Board
let me
Thing.
finish before you start
We've
sprinkling
also
bloody
got
You must go through the
Mamba
Skit-
King, name changed, amazing, Quaris, William King, Great Book of Grudges,
If you don't do exactly
S-
as I say,
Sizpognigs, Tyrant Keeper, The Right Tap, William King, Adam Mueller, Dante Glenn, Dev, hello, hello. Nathan Fee, Aztecs here. Guts, Dog, hello. Dog, I'm sorry about the Twitter messages the other day. Solomonski, Hugh Gedney, Parky Fire, Anonymous Garrett. No, an Anonymous Garrett. There we go. Pank Akis, Undying Wolf. Hello, hello, hello. So, someone who doesn't know this game, who are we playing as, and what is their deal? Oh, geez. Okay, so this game is called. So this is Vermintide 2. You don't have to play the first game to understand like the story and everything. It does help if you played through the first game because it gives you a little bit more of a reference of what exactly is going on. But basically, this is a Warhammer game that takes place during what's known as the end times. So it's the end of the world. And like it's not good. Like it literally ends in the world being destroyed. But as you can see, this used to be a mountain city, and there's just like this giant crater through it. And basically, the deal is that you are a group of adventurers who, through circumstance, were kind of forced together, and you're trying to stop the end of the world by killing various and evil champions of the Skaven and the Warriors of Chaos and stuff like that. And the city and the first game takes place entirely within a city known as Ubersreich, which Ubersreich is a city in Reichland, which is in the Empire, and it's a rather famous location for having like notoriously bad luck. And in the events of the first game, you basically manage to save Ubersreich, but only barely. But then, oh wow, I got one shot. That's a bummer. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. I'm dead. Oh, that is a bummer. I should have had my... And basically... Oof, that was a rough start. But, I'm rusty. I haven't played Vermintide in a while. I'm rusty. But, functionally, the world is ending. And the first game, you try and save the town of Ubersreich. You think you succeed, and then you end up failing. Like, you win, and then over the course of the DLCs, it starts hinting at what's going to happen in Game 2. And the big villain of Game 1, who survives your final battle with him, he basically captures all of the characters, and he destroys Ubersreich.
Nice weather today.
And then this game, it literally starts with you breaking free, and your whole thing is to kill all the baddies. But there are 5 characters to choose from: Carillion, the Wood Elf, Saltspire, the Witch Hunter, Kruber, who is a mercenary soldier, Barden, who is a dwarf from the Grey Mountains, and then Sienna, who's a bright wizard. And basically, they all have little various backgrounds that explain why they're here, and there's a lot of little things you gotta do to understand their full story. Like, there's a stupid amount of lore to these characters if you know where to look. And there are some really nice YouTube channels out there that all the YouTube channels do is they just collect all the audio files and basically smush them together. But it's a very, very fun game. It's the same style of game as Left 4 Dead. So you're basically a couple of champions fighting against massive hordes of enemies. Which in addition to massive hordes, they have like specialist units. And then there's also bosses and like giant monsters. Who's the Grail Knight? That's Kruber. All of the characters have multiple careers. And they all had 3 when the game came out. So, like, I'm playing as Dark Elf Carillion, even though she's a Wood Elf. And there are some kind of, like, loosey-goosey lore explanations for how you can play these careers. But Kruber, it, like, turned out, has, like, a Bretonnian ancestry. And I guess because the Lady of the Lake was getting desperate, she ends up making him a Grail Knight for the... So you can play as Grail Knight Kruber if you want. But it's a DLC career. It's the first one.
Storm vermin, is it? Fine. That's right. Pure textbook.
But it's a really fun game. It is a game that has massive amounts of replayability and difficulty. It's probably one of the most difficult games that I know of.
That's how it is.
If you play on like the really high difficulties, like if you make a mistake, you just die. If you're playing on like the highest difficulty, and there's like friendly fire and a bunch of other nonsense. So it's a game that you gotta master. It's easy to learn how to play, but the difficulty ceiling is way up there. Gonna get up to my allies here. Oh, I can't. Okay. Here come all the rats! And your main opponent is these guys. They're the Skaven, which are giant humanoid rats that have a lot of crazy technology and magic, but their main thing is that they have a lot of numbers more than anything. But you also have to fight the Warriors of Chaos, who are like, who are all servants of Nurgle, who's the god of plague and decay. So there's all these like nasty giant human dudes you have to fight. Who also can have like hordes of little diseased zombies if you're on like one of their specialist maps. And then there's also beastmen, which beastmen were a DLC race of enemies that were added, and they are just the worst. Beastmen are really difficult to deal with. Hey, Zolomansky, thanks so much for gifting a sub. Appreciate it, dude.
Die, filthy gas rat! Gun rats being silenced!
Yeah, there's a lot of different troop types. So like most of the giant hordes, if you see Skaven that are just naked, those are Skaven slaves. These guys up here, these are clan rats. So they're like, they take a tiny bit more to kill, but they're still trash. The big armored guys are storm vermin, which they're not that bad. It's just that they can hit pretty hard and they've got armor. So you have to like use heavier attacks or armor-piercing weapons to hurt them, or hit them in the head. Here comes another horde. Okay, I'm gonna go invisible so I can kill these dudes. So here comes a horde of probably Skaven slaves. It's gonna be a bunch of mostly naked vermin running at us. They're easy to kill, but, you know, obviously there's like 100 of them in a wave. It only takes like 3 of them to kill you if you're not careful. So it's mostly about making sure you don't get surrounded, maintaining your defenses, and being as aggressive as possible without being so aggressive that you accidentally give the enemy an opening. And there's a lot of different troop types that you have to deal with. Yeah, plague monks are awful. Plague monks are a type of Skaven that are very durable to damage, so they don't flinch. They just keep attacking, and they are berserkers. So they just like spam attacks until you're dead or you kill them. And it is miserable. Like I can hear a gutter runner running around, which gutter runners are that guy. Which they're little assassins that can jump on you and just start shaking you to death. Weapon teams, yeah, there are weapon teams in this game. Weapon teams are Skaven that carry, like, crazy futuristic tech weapons. That's a Globadier. They throw poisonous gas. Ah, not today, you little shit. There's a ton of shit. I hope when Fat Shark makes Age of Sigmar Vermintide, I think they will. That's a rattling gun. That guy with the barrel on his back, that thing's a machine gun. As you can see, it just shoots like a ton of bullets. I'm an idiot. Just gonna mass fire into these assholes. Hello? Any more? Nope, they're all dead? Okay.
The warrior rats, I'll have it.
If I were a Skaven, what color fur would I be? I mean, knowing my luck, I would probably just be like some sad as shit Skaven slave. But hopefully I'd be black furred, so I'd at least get to be like a storm vermin or a chieftain or something.
Warrior rat.
I think based on my personality, though, I'd probably end up being like a master molder. I'd probably work for Clan Molder if I could. Sounds like the best way to kill plague monks is ranged weapons. Oh, definitely. But you don't always have that luxury. Sometimes, usually plague monks will be like hidden in like a giant horde, so you won't even know they're there until they're right on top of you. So like if you can shoot them, that's absolutely the best way to deal with them, but you don't always have that as a choice. This is a kind of game where like ranged weapons are very powerful, but they're not like the crux of what you're going to be relying on. Generally, you're going to be doing a lot of melee. You're going to be doing a lot of melee. Which generally is good because you can at least block in melee. Like, if you have your ranged weapon out, you can't block. The only thing you can do is try and dodge. Which, there is a dodge system and there is a blocking system, so there are a lot of ways to protect yourself. But, you have to... This game is also very audio heavy. So, like, the game relies very heavily on you wearing headphones, traditionally. Because it has, like, 360 sound, directional sound. So if somebody's running up behind you, you will hear them running up behind you if you're listening. Which is why I tend to prefer not being in audio or voice chats when I play this game. I mean, there's advantages and disadvantages to voice chat. If you're in voice chat, if you need to like shout for your ally to do something, they're more likely to react immediately, so that's nice. But it also makes it harder to hear audio cues. Like right now I can hear a noise that means there's a Packmaster close by, but he's dead. Or like that noise. There's a noise that kind of almost sounds like anticipation, like it sounds like someone's taking a sharp breath. And if you hear that noise, that means someone's about to stab you from a direction you can't see, so you need to block and turn around immediately. Stuff like that. What weapons does our elf use when she's not playing as a dark elf? There's a ton of different weapons you can use in all careers, but like the reason I play Dark Elf is because I want to use this weapon, which is the repeater crossbow, and it lets me shoot really, really fast. It's kind of my thing, so I can shoot like 3 shots at once, or I can shoot once. But the Wood Elf unique stuff, or like stuff that's really good on the Wood Elf, is you have like regular bows. So there's a poisonous bow. That one's pretty fun. That shoots like poisonous gas clouds. There's free ammo there. If you play the Handmaiden, which is the oh gosh, there is a. Nope. Oh, damn, I'm out of ammo. Come on, hurry up. Got it. Oh, come on. What is the safest Skaven role? Probably a... I mean, it's not in this game, but the safest one would be a Jezzail, which Jezzails are snipers. And they have guns that are so big it literally takes 2 Skaven to, like, lug them around. Probably the safest, or probably the most... Like, if you were playing as a Skaven, which you're going to be able to soon, I think before the end of this year they're going to release it, but they've already announced a versus mode, and the versus mode is going to be player versus player, and one team is going to be playable as Skaven, and the other team is going to be the regular humans, or the regular characters. So, like, you could play as a Globadier, or a Rattling Gun, or an Assassin, or a Master Molder, Packmaster, and it's going to be really exciting. A lot of people are really looking forward to that.
Packmaster done.
Oh, I heard a swarm of vermin coming up behind me.
Nothing. You should have seen me at Hogger's Bridge. Dozens, I believe.
Yeah, it's a great game. I can't recommend it enough. A lot of people love this game just because the the mechanics are like rock solid. But B, like the audio between the characters, like the voice lines are amazing. You can learn like so much about them just by like the way they casually chat with one another and like mess with each other while they're running around trying to save the world. Which, I mean, they're doomed. That's the kind of the sad thing about this game is We know the ending, and it's not good. We don't know how the Vermintide heroes die. That's probably one of the most anticipated stories in the game, is how the 5 of these guys end up dying. Because everybody dies. Nobody survives the end times, really. Well, nobody that I'm going to bother lecturing about. What was Erloth doing in the end times? Erloth was busy fighting in a lot of different places. But Erloth ended up leaving, like, the Warhammer Fantasy planet. He left because Lilith basically begged him to. She sent him through a portal to a world that she had created. And we don't know what happened to him after that. Do I think Araby will be in Warhammer 3? I hope they will be in Warhammer 3, but I wouldn't bet on it. Hey, Talos, thanks for the tip, my dude. Super chat. If on Vermintide's scale, if a Chaos Warrior is a special and a Chosen is a boss, what do you think a Chaos Lord would be? A Chaos Lord would just be a superior version of the Chosen boss. I don't think functionally he would just have a lot more health and hit a lot harder and would have more powers. I don't think he would be, like, vastly different from the boss we already have, though. He'd probably just be, like, unstoppable. Or at least, like, insanely harder. Oh, they've got shield rats. I dislike this. Nothing worse than when storm vermin have shields. It can screw you over if you run into a shield vermin. There we go. Okay, there's a patrol coming. Hopefully we can avoid them. Yeah, go that way. Yeah, Vermintide also has very good music. It's very nerve-wracking music. It tends to be very punishing, or it tends to be very, like, anxiety-inducing, but it is a lot of fun. I really like it. Nope. Piss off. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm gonna create a world where dwarves and goblins are best friends. Heresy! Burn Hammond at the stake. He's preaching heresy. He's clearly a cultist. Here to lead us down dark paths. God, why are there so many specials? Holy shit. No, please don't. Please don't butt stab me. I need that. So I'm gonna get up Sienna. I'm gonna go invisible. I'm gonna get behind all these nerds and determine fight. Because I get all the bonus damage if I'm backstabbing. Like a typical elf. Oh, somebody died. I'm doing pretty good. I haven't got a hit yet.
I spy a potion.
Which hunter here?
Potion.
Okay, I'm gonna heal him. Grab that.
Do not fail me now. You all right, sir?
Did I answer your question? Oh yes, I did. Okay, just making sure. Sometimes I, like, get distracted. Is there anything flimsier than a goblin great shaman? Yes, a regular goblin.
Where is your god now, One Eye?
Goblin great shamans can be, I mean, they're certainly squishy, but they tend to be much tougher than their, like, their basic kin. Done with ROR for the night? I need to play some more ROR. Like, I logged on to get all my... I claimed all my prizes, which I got almost everything. I got the mount, which was cool, and I got the pet, which the pet's actually a permanent buff. Oh, I thought he'd be dead. Though the pet is super creepy. It's like it's a little marionette that follows you around. So I'm like, I almost kind of wish I didn't have this. I don't like puppets. They're just creepy, man. Especially marionettes. Marionettes are like the creepiest kind of puppet. I don't like things that don't have faces. They bother me. How do I feel about having no DLC trailer yet? I'm patient. Here's the thing. Like, whenever it comes to getting new content, I am much more interested in them taking their time and being sure we get a quality product than, like, rushing it out because I'm bored. Like, if they need more time to make the Wood Elf Lord pack, so they haven't announced it yet, that's fine. Take all the time they need. As Miyamoto once said, a game that's delayed will eventually be good, but a game that's released early will forever be bad. Same thing goes for DLCs. Like, if they haven't announced it yet, they're probably just not ready to announce it yet. I'm thinking we'll probably hear about it very soon, but I'm not in a rush to get it. Like, there's plenty of things for me to do. I already have, like, way more video games to play than I have time for. So I'm not worried. I still haven't finished my Teheniwan campaign either. But hope you all had a pretty alright day today. I woke up super late today. I don't know what happened. And the sad thing is, I even, like, if I recall correctly at least, I went to bed at a reasonable hour. Oh, plague monks. Here they come. Okay, he just, like, killed them all. I think I shot him, like, with every one of those. My bad. I hear you. Oh god, there's two of them.
Strangler.
That's one down. Ah! Jesus.
Dead hag master is a sight for swords.
How many shots does it take to put down one of these dudes?
Stay out of its sight. Hey, you got blown, Bill.
I love when I'm trying to shoot someone and the melee guy's just like, they're like, I'm gonna walk directly in front of this thing. So anyone providing cover fire is guaranteed to hit me. I'm gonna walk behind them and step in the back. Go ahead and throw a bomb over there. Oh, we lost the witch hunter. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Let me go ahead and top off here. Oh, God! No, get away from me.
Into gloom.
Got him. Please, please, Tome. Oh god. This is a little dicey. Yeah, Mamba, I'll send you a message, dude. Also, I think I may have found... Well, never mind. I'll keep that to myself for now. But yeah, I've had an alright day. I don't know why I slept... Well, you know what? I do know why I slept as late as I did. I have, like, my issue when it comes to sleep is that, like, if I sleep for, like, less than 8 hours and something interrupts me, like, if I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sleep for... Son of a bitch. If I'm gonna sleep for 8 hours, if something wakes me up at like hour 6 or hour 5, then it just like completely destroys my day.
Got our wizard.
Like I will basically just sleep for eternity, and just never wake up. So like, Chloe, who's my dog, she woke me up. I think I went to bed last night so I could be up for the morning stream today, but she woke me up like 3 hours early because she was hungry or something. I don't know what. She was bored. I'm not sure what it was, but she woke me up. And I was like, oh god. So I took care of her, went back to bed, and then I didn't wake up again until like 4 p.m. It was like, fuck. Fuck! So it was just my day gone. And then I was like, well, okay, like I can at least start streaming in the evening. But then, like, some streamers that I actually enjoy watching got online at the same time. So I was like, alright, fuck it. I'm just gonna wait until everybody's done streaming that I want to watch. And then once everything's wrapped up, then I will go online and stream. For at least a little bit. Whoa! Okay, no. Damn. All the warp teams. Is the red circle in numbers a mod? Yes. I am running the sanctioned mods. Which sanctioned mods are mods that you can still run on live. Also, hello, June Twang. How you doing?
Faithful Clover, ever at my side.
Okay.
With this, I toast victory.
I do not have a lot of max health, do I? Only 72. Then again, the Witch Hunter's like 40. Poor bastard. So I'm like a dragon? I wish. I am like a dragon, except for I don't have any hordes of treasure. I'm not very exciting. I don't have a very good voice for, like, flair of dramatic, and I also can't destroy my enemies. All of these are things that I wish I had. But I don't. Alright, here we go, boss fight. He's pretty easy to kill. This one's pretty easy to kill, though, because we've got... Whoa, we've got a pretty boss heavy, or a boss kill heavy team. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up! Alright, Skarrik's dead. That was hilarious. Well, that's not true. I guess I do have a horde. Yes, I do have a horde of nerd stuff. I do have a very impressive collection of Warhammer Fantasy books. But I don't have a horde of, like, gold. I would really like a The Warlord had done nothing to you? Are you kidding? It killed the Bright Wizard in, like, one hit. The Bright Wizard was full health when he started swinging. Might want to see a doctor about that. Well, I have seen a doctor about, like, my sleep schedule. Or, like, my sleep issue, and basically what they told me was they were just like, yeah, your vitamin D's a little low, like, you don't get as much sunlight as you should, so take vitamin D, which I do. Which you can, like, they don't even prescribe that to you. They're just like, yeah, just buy vitamins and take them. So, like, if you take your daily vitamins, you'll be fine. So I take daily vitamins, and then the big thing for me is they're like, just get a regular sleep schedule and you'll be fine. Which I'm really bad about. Like, having a regular schedule is easily my most difficult enemy. Alright. Well, that was relatively painless. I never died. That's all that matters. And I don't have to play Carillion anymore today. Take your Flintstone chewables? Dude, I hate chewables. I much prefer something I can swallow in one go. Every time. Without fail. Who was I watching stream? I was watching Yanners today. I also watched the first episode, or the first live stream of the Lootcast, but they literally started streaming at the exact same time. And I was like, I would rather watch Yanners live than watch the Lootcast live. I can catch that later. Because that's all just going to be degenerate goofiness anyway. If they added Beastmen, what do they have? They have the Minotaurs as a boss. Which, Minotaurs are horrible to fight. Oh, we got an Emperor's Vault. Nice. Minotaurs are the worst. if you're playing on Legend, or even Champion, killing a Minotaur is genuinely hard as shit. The what cast? Lewd? L-E-W-D?
And so far, it actually is.
I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but I'm quite fond of the people who are hosting it, because they're a pretty funny group of girls. It's very silly. Don't worry, it was being streamed on Twitch. It wasn't completely degenerate. I'm a man of culture. I've always been a man of culture. I just don't talk about my interests very much of that kind of stuff because I just don't have a reason to a lot of the time. I have a very crude sense of humor. It doesn't come out a lot, I guess, because like when I'm by myself, I tend not to make the kinds of jokes that I do when I'm around others. But okay, what characters do I need to play still? Sienna or Victor? God, I really don't want to play Sienna. I'm just gonna get rid of that one. No, thank you. Retrieve 3 grimoires. That I can do. Wait, can I do that multiple times? No, I can't. Damn it. Okay, so I need to play salts. Do I like prank videos? Not unless they're, like, wholesome.
Ever think what the future holds?
Like, I don't... I enjoy prank videos if everyone enjoys the prank. Have I been playing Warhammer Online Age of Reckoning still? Yes. I played a little bit earlier today. And I streamed a lot of it this past weekend. I think we streamed like 9 hours-ish. Maybe a little less. I don't remember. How do you create a Necrofex Colossus? You need some kind of vessel, like a ship, or a, okay, I guess Pillow's staying on salts, that's fine. I'll just play... Bring out the Dawe! Generally you need some kind of vessel, like a building or a ship or something along those lines. And you need... You generally will need a very considerable amount of I'm gonna take a rifle. You're gonna take like a massive. You're gonna need a massive amount of necromancy. Like it is, creating a Necrofex Colossus is one of the most difficult forms of necromancy. And then you have to stuff it full of dead bodies. And to build it like an actual bot, you can't just like make a mecha, right? To make the mecha functional, to create a Necrofex Colossus, you have to create something that's vaguely humanoid in shape, and then you have to take a massive amount of corpses and like pull out all the fat and the muscle from those corpses and tendons and like all the little bits, and you have to string them together along that Colossus to basically put its body together. So it needs to have like functional muscles and tendons and all that stuff in its body. And then once you filled it with everything, then you need to put a living host at its core. And it has to be someone that's incredibly willful. So if you put someone in the center of the whoever's in the center of the Necrofex Colossus, which is the person that like controls its movements, you need to have somebody who's so willful that their mind isn't completely dominated and torn apart by like the hundreds of other corpses that make up the construct. It's a huge pain in the ass.
Thanks for drilling my life.
Is it infeasible lore-wise to have a full 19 stack of Necrofexes? It's not infeasible, but it would be... Seeing one Necrofex Colossus is incredibly rare. Seeing multiple Necrofex Colossus is like, you're dealing with easily the strongest Necromancer in the world. If Davy Jones and his weird ocean crew were transferred into Warhammer World, how would they acclimate? I think they would do just fine. I think Davy Jones and his vessel, the Flying Dutchman from the movies, would do great. They would fit in fine with the Warhammer Fantasy World. I think they would probably sign up with either the Vampire Coast or with the Fish People race if they could get a hold of them. That being said, Count Noctilus using the power of the if Count Noctilus used the power of the Maelstrom, he could absolutely have like multiple necrophexes. Like he could totally pull that off.
Turns out that the Packsworn have been kidnapping.
Oh, great, old Hans, my favorite.
Mountains, right in the shadow of, that's right, Castle Drakenfels. A pumpkin for everyone who guessed right. The powers that be have noted our past interest in the place.
I may show y'all a Nanners clip here in a little bit. If you're wondering, like, who the hell is this person that I love watching so much that I literally, like, delay my own stream to watch it, I would be delighted to show you. Show you a clip. Oh, dudes, I am so excited for Hyrule Warriors, the new one. I thought you meant sea nanners. No, like Nyan, but like Nyanners. Dude, Italian Spartacus, what's up, man? Italian, I didn't need to get wrecked on alcohol at the last ever chosen. I got wrecked on Indian food. Do you remember how bad I felt at the pub? Like, it was horrible. That Indian food and me we were not friends. We were not friends. Major Kill sends his love. It's nice of him. I have such conflicting feelings about Major Kill. Like, I genuinely think that he's got a good heart underneath all of, like, the cringy, edgy humor stuff. And, like, when I was his age, I had a pretty similar set of humor. But he is... that guy's hurt a lot of people's feelings. Which he just doesn't seem to give a shit about. And I'm just not kosher. I don't appreciate people that, like, hurt others for the sake of humor. And, like, that's... it just bothers me. It just bothers me. Like, it's fine to have super edgy humor and stuff, but it should be self-deprecating. Or, like, it should be at people who are in on the joke and enjoy being part of the joke. It shouldn't be at, like, people who don't want to be involved or who are genuinely upset by it. So, like, I appreciate Major, but I'm not happy with Major. If that makes sense, I guess. I don't hate him. I just wish he would be better about hurting people. Be better about not hurting people. He's not the devil, he's just kind of a dick. That's enough on that. Any chance? Oh, yeah, sure. I can lower the in-game value. Sorry, my dude. Audio. Let's turn it down to like 65. Let me know if that's better. Actually, wait. I should do this the smart way and do it in OBS. Turn it down just a hair. Thanks for the super chat. If the Chaos Gods came from negative emotions, what about No. So that's the thing. The Dark Gods are not from negative emotions. The Dark Gods are from powerful emotions. So, like, while the gods do represent negative emotions, they also have positive sides. Like, Korn isn't just the emotion of rage. He's the emotion of rage, passion, bloodlust, honor, vindication, like a lot of different aspects of that. Zinch is the god of hope. the god of change, the god of evolution, like the god of magic, the god of ideas, the god of research and wisdom. Nurgle may be the god of decay, but he's also the god of life. He's the god of the cycle of rebirth. He's the god of eternal life, of the harvest and crops and new life, of essentially of birth and decay and death and renewal. Slanesh is the god of civilization, culture, music, pleasure, pain, suffering. There's a lot to them. I just finished reading the Orion Trilogy. What are my thoughts on the novel? I've only read the first book. Because I had the second book and the third book as audio or as digital, and I hate digital books. I just can't read them. It's just a wall of text, and I start like zoning out. But I very recent, like literally as of like last week, picked up the trilogy for it because the omnibus finally came out, and I found a copy at my local store. So, I ordered it online, but they had a copy. So I just got it and need to finish reading it. I would say Major Kill is an interesting character. What makes you say that? Oh, I've made a huge mistake. I've made a huge mistake. I'm not afraid of you. Hup, 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 hup. Reload. Fire. Reload. Fire. Reload. Fire. Easy peasy. I didn't even need the Grail Knight. I had that. Okay, we really got to get to the church. We are taking forever to get where we're going.
They don't learn, do they? Need a healing drop, Dave.
Somebody was getting a grill. I don't know where I'm going on this map. I get lost on this map very easily. The Warhammer gods still do represent positive things. It's just that the Chaos gods are essentially a lesson in that too much of anything is a bad thing. Now, I will say, what is old lore, or I guess more 40k lore, what is old lore is that the Chaos gods are like fundamental to those emotions existing, and that's not how they work in Warhammer Fantasy. In Warhammer Fantasy, it's not that like Tzeentch is hope embodied. So like as long as hope exists, Tzeentch must exist, and vice versa. That's not how they work. It's that the emotion of hope in its extremeness, like in the absurd amounts of it that manifest in the realm of chaos, when they are in the realm of chaos, they manifest into what we know as Tzeentch. How do we get in here? But you could kill Tzeentch in Warhammer Fantasy, and the emotion of hope would not cease to be. Magic would not cease to be. But you could kill Tzeentch. It would be hilariously difficult, but you could do it. Hello. I missed at point blank range. Ah! I got him that time! I love guns. Guns feel so good in this game. I don't like them in real life, but I love them in this game. Come here, you little... Ah! Oh god, there's two! Still got it. Some dudes have been trying to ask if zombies can drink. No. They're zombies. They're dead. Zombies are just they're meat puppets. They can't do anything, really, except for like shamble forwards and perform very, very, very menial tasks, but only if their necromancer wills it. Like they're not individuals.
Any captive
I mean, I guess you could, if you were a necromancer and you were really lonely, you could resurrect some zombies to be your drinking buddies, but they would just be puppets. It would literally be like making a bunch of sock puppets, but out of human flesh, and then using them to drink and be like, I'm with friends. Like, that's a necromancer. It basically says that vampires have 6 of the 7... yeah, vampires don't have souls. That's correct. That's why when Games Workshop rebranded them for Age of Sigmar, vampires are called Soul Blights, because they don't have souls. But that's what the Curse of Vampirism takes from you. You're granted immortal life so long as you consume the essence of life to basically use dark magic to empower your existence. But you don't have a soul. And that's also why the Dark Gods want nothing to do with vampires. Or the undead. To be undead is to be soulless. They are together.
Nice to be out in the breeze, away from sewage and filth. Let's show you bless thee, Grover. I expected something clearer.
Zombie coat. If I had to guess what that is about... I mean, I would not be surprised that zombie pirates from the Vampire Coast drink, because the way they're animated is intended to, like, try and keep as much of their skill from life as possible so that they can be sailors and use black powder weapons and perform complex tasks. Oh gosh, so many plague monks. God! Come here! Come here! I'm gonna go ahead and taunt. I'm gonna walk out here. Attack me! Attack me! You big dumb bastards. There we go. Hold on. Give me a half a second. I'm pretty sure my YouTube chat crashed. Because it hasn't moved in a suspiciously long time. There we go. Oh god, where's Twitch chat? Oh god, where's Twitch chat? There it is. There we go, now it's moving. Yeah, it was definitely broke.
More storm vermin. Is there no end to them?
Thoughts on a Vampire Coast inspired Age of Sigmar faction similar to how Ossiarch Bone Reapers are inspired from Tomb Kings? That would not surprise me.
A rattling with a shield.
Honestly, I would not be at all surprised if they decided to give us nautical factions for every allegiance. Like, they talk about it a lot. Like, we know there are, like, we know there are, like, Nurgle plague fleets, or, there are, like, Skaven submersibles. There are, we know that there are, like, greenskin pirates. Though, I really want to see the goblin airships. Like, they're supposed to be like sky pirate goblins, and I really want to see them because they're like one of the main antagonists of the Caradron. But they're only like mentioned in fleeting. They're not like, we don't have a lot of details. Who's my favorite Vermintide character? Barden. Barden's amazing. I love him. Like, I love that he sings. One of the biggest disappointments about Total War Warhammer is that they got rid of the... Well, they didn't get rid of it, but they don't examine the fact that dwarves sing a lot. Like, whenever dwarves start fighting, they're almost always singing. That's just what they do. Talos, thanks so much for another super chat, my dude. If Archaon could kill all the gods without chaos, would he do that? Yes, absolutely. If Archaon had the ability, like if you walked up in front of Archaon, you gave him a button, and you're like, all right, so if you play this button, if you hit this button, it will kill the chaos gods. But like he would just start hitting the button as fast as he could and as hard as he could. Yeah, Slayers sing sometimes. It depends on the Slayer. I mean, not every dwarf likes to sing, but many of them do. Like I don't think Gotrek sings very often, if ever. But like whenever, at almost every single Black Library book that involves Dawi, whenever there's like a bunch of them, like a throng of dwarves, they virtually always will start singing like a dirge or something when fighting. Technogrots were mentioned in the last White Dwarf. Oh, that sounds cool. Wait, where's the tome? Oh, it's a little further back than I went. Okay. Oh, Berserker. Die. Please die. Please die. There we go. Berserkers are kind of a funny enemy because I think they tend to catch people the most off guard when they're new. Because the whole thing about a Berserker is all you have to do is block them until their attack is over, and then they'll literally just kind of stand there for a second, and that's when you kill them. A lot of people get tricked up by that, so they block like the first attack, and then they lower their shield because they're like, oh, this is when I swing back now. But the Berserker is still going. So like they lower their shield and then they get stabbed in the face like 8 times and die. And it's like, you gotta wait. You gotta wait. Can a dwarf forgo, be, and forgot? I don't know. I misunderstand the question. In the first book he does? Oh, okay. Well, I haven't read, I need to reread Gotrek and Felix. Like, I have all of the major story beats memorized, but I haven't gotten to read the series in so long, and I really want to do a reread through. Man, I love that. I love when you aim at like a storm vermin and you pull the trigger and their head just is like pop. Oh, can dwarves forgive and forget? No. It is. I mean, I guess they can, but they very much choose not to. It is against their culture. Getting a dwarf to forgive and forget, it's a lot easier to just kill them. To be honest. if they've got a problem with you. Like, if somebody came to me and was like, a dwarf is trying to kill me, what do I do? Because I, like, made him mad. It's like, oh, you better kill him first. Or pay him, I guess you could pay him oath, or, gold. You could pay him, oath gold. To try and, like, settle the matter. But good luck. Were Silverhelms just worse Dragon Princes in tabletop? Yes. They are Silverhelms that you could get for much. They allowed you to have very heavily armored cav for very cheap. But like they had the same armor save as Dragon Princes, but their combat stats were just way worse. Lore-wise, if Legend of Total War is an actual master of cheese war tactics and people believe in him a lot, would he be turned into an actual god of cheese? After he died, so Legend could like theoretically pull a Sigmar. He could become so like wrapped into an idea that people like worship to him for cheesiness as the god of cheese. And if that continued for like a few decades, like maybe 100 years, like especially after he was no longer on the mortal plane, then yes, he could absolutely manifest as like a god of cheese within the realm of chaos. I really don't like fighting a rat ogre here because there's a lot of places to get punted, and I don't want to be punted. Okay, he's dead.
The name's Kruber. you.
Another
Is there anything over there besides healing?
Vermin never learn.
Do I think Tehinawan will get an incarnation in Age of Sigmar? God, I hope so. So they have focused a lot more on Sotek in the second edition Seraphon book. In the first edition Seraphon book, like the only thing we got about Seraphon gods is they were like, oh yeah, Sotek is a constellation. And we were like, oh, okay. But then in second edition they were like, no, like the cult of Sotek is back. And it's like a full-on, he's a god again. The skinks are like kidnapping people from the cities and shit and like sacrificing them to Sotek and blaming it on the Sisters of Cain, or the Daughters of Cain, which I thought was hilarious. Like the skinks are literally like ritually murdering people to Sotek, but then they mutilate their corpses to make it look like the Daughters of Cain did it and blame it on them, which I love that. I think that's hilarious. Those good old... What is that in the sky? That is Morslib. Green Moon is Morslib, and it also has like a giant skull face on it. White Moon is Manslib. Manslib is the natural moon. Morslib is the Chaos Moon. And it's very bad. You would not want to be outside when it's this big, but it's the end times, so it's always this big. Because the end times are generally considered a bad time. Though it does get blown up during the end times. The Skaven accidentally, well not accidentally, very intentionally exploded, but they didn't think very hard about what, oh god, this is a patrol. Run away! Let's dance! I'll take you all on! That's one! That's two! I can fight Chaos Warriors all day. I love fighting Chaos Warriors. Skaven are the thing that are problematic, but Chaos Warriors I can do. Could Kolek become a Demon Prince? No. Kolek's already sold his soul to the Dark Gods. He has nothing to offer them. The Dark Gods will never turn you into a Demon Prince if you're not, like, of interest to them. And Dragon Ogres literally have nothing of interest for the Dark Gods. They already have them hook, line, and sinker. That's why you'll never see, like, a Beastman. You'll never see a Beastman Demon Prince. Because the Beastmen are already completely and utterly sold over to the Dark Powers.
How about that statue? I think it's the one on the map.
ZYXWV. Thank you very much for the tip, my dude. If Beastmen get a DLC, excuse me, in Total War Warhammer 2, who do you think it'll be up against? I think if the Beastmen get a Lord Pact, which seems very likely, I think the Beastmen are going to be up against either the Dark Elves or the Lizardmen. I could see either. I'll never understand how Malekith became a good guy in the end times. He wasn't really a good guy. He was just a less bad than the other bad guys guy. But they shoehorned it in. It would be my answer. They kind of dialed that shit in. Oh god, I hate this room. I hate this room. No. Bitch.
Keep doing that and I'll take your beard.
Oh wait, I can force him.
I'll bind you up good, you'll see. Yeah.
Suck my
I was
dick.
about to get
Alright,
myself
let's do this.
up.
This is one of the hardest goddamn runes in the game. It is so hard.
I wonder where the head went.
So for this, you have to get a bunch of you have to get 4 statue heads and put them on their statues. But this room literally will spawn endless enemies. And I mean endless. It is a nightmare. Because we have to fill up this, like, blood puddle. Oh gosh, I don't know. I think it was this door that opened. No, this door opens. Here they come.
Look at that armor.
They're just like coming out of all the crypts. Yeah, this place also spawns plague monks like they're going out of style. Like it's like Clan Pestilence was having a discount sale on soldiers because they just spawn endlessly in this room. It's genuinely amazing. See, there's one, and I missed. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and taunt. Start dragging all the Skaven to me. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and drink. I'm gonna go ahead and drink this. Start dueling marauders. Revive Kruber. See, everybody's dead except me. Oh god! Oh god! Ah! I was just a second too late. Reload, reload, reload!
Receive the judgment of Sigma!
Heal, 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 heal. Oh my god, help, 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 help! Escape the crypt. Okay. And there's a Globadeer in here somewhere.
A dead Swordmaster is a sight for sore.
Into the blood puddle. I haven't done this achievement where you have to like get all the boobos. And somebody died.
For the exiles, Ken.
Here, please get up. Please get up. Reload. I'm not even gonna try and get all the boobos. I've tried doing it before and it just can't. Like, there's one that's like super well hidden. I've literally sat in that room, run around in circles.
There.
Hey, man, Talos, thanks for all the super chats, dude. I really appreciate the support. Aside from my Nighthaunt army, do I have any Age of Sigmar armies? And if not, which one would I start? So I have a Seraphon army, which I really, really like. I love my Seraphon, though I do need to make some more progress on painting them. Beyond the Seraphon, I also have... those are the big ones I have. If I had to get a... If I could just, like, buy a new one. Okay. Give me that ball. Oh, God, not like this! Oh, this is really bad. Oh, Bob! I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm just leaving. Barrel Knight! Get up, 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 get up. We are getting the fuck out of here. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't like this place. It sucks. Oh god, the elf's still alive back there? Oh, tome, tome. Ah, we got all the tomes. Well, at least this won't be like a complete waste of time. Oh my god, look at this garbage! I'm like looking for a target to shoot and there's just like 1,000 Chaos Warriors. Ow.
Fire out to deal with these.
No! Holy shit, I am sick of Drakenfels. I don't want to be here. This place really sucks dick. There we go. That was very rude. That's so Skaven. You give what we want, Warpstone. Yes, yes! No, I won't. Warpstone's mine. It's all mine. It's all coming up, Sotek. Thanks for the tip, my dude. If there was a nude character model mod in Total War Warhammer, would I do a green skin campaign with it? No. No, I wouldn't. I am a man that genuinely believes that there is... I am more than happy for people to enjoy lewd content, and you should do whatever you want, but there's a time and a place. And for me, when I'm playing Total War Warhammer, is generally not when I want to be looking at nudes. That's those parts of my brain usually don't play together. It's normally when I'm in strategy mode. Thanks for the question, though. And then another weekly challenge. Slay 15 critters. Playing some Vermintide? I am. Oh, I haven't done the weekly event this week. What is the weekly event? The Trickster temporarily gives you... Okay, so we explode occasionally. I guess that's fair. Okay, I need to do 2 missions as Salt's Pyre. Damn it! No. Let me do Salt's. I need for daily. Okay. Let's do Bounty Hunter. Why am I going Twin Blades? Is it because I was hoping to get something? Perhaps? Yeah, I need to beat all the bosses. Oh, I'm not going to worry about that tonight. Slay 1,000 enemies with a bill hook. Alright. Let me get my bill hook. Do I have a bill hook? I do have a bill hook. Oh, baby. Let me kind of familiarize myself here. Okay. What's the charge attack? Stab? Okay. Okay. How do Swordmasters do against the stronger soldiers of each faction in the lore? Swordmasters are... I would say that Swordmasters are... What is this? Range magazine increases power level by 1% for each ammo available. I'll take Steel Crescendo. What is Blessed Shot? Guaranteed range crit every 10 seconds. Blessed Combat. Melee strikes make up to the next 6 range shots deal 15% more damage. Range shots make the next melee... Oh. It's not that bad. I think I'll go Cruel Fortune, though, still. Job well done. Killing an elite while out of ammo gives you 20% ammo. Ooh. I think I want to do that. Double shot. Indiscriminate blast. Wow. Man, I don't know if I want indiscriminate or double shot. I think double shot is still better. Those are both really good. Yeah, let's go. We'll keep double shot. Oh, anyway, sorry. Swordmasters are definitely, like, top tier. Like, the thing is that they're so skilled. But we can do this on champion. I kind of just want to get it out of the way, so we'll do it on veteran. Yeah, Swordmasters are easily, though, one of, like, the most skilled warrior types in Warhammer Fantasy. There are very, very, very few things that can go one-on-one against them. Just because they kind of make up for the only downside that elves tend to suffer from, which is that they don't hit, like, elves tend not to hit terribly hard, but obviously that does not apply to Swordmasters, Swordmasters, the special style of dance that they do, because their stances are almost like a dance, makes them just nasty, dude. Nasty. Hey, Chronolite, thanks so much. Oh, damn it. I was going to show you all that Neanders clip. Remind me to do that after this map. Like, my sister does not give a shit about video games. She doesn't give a shit about, like, a lot of stuff that I really enjoy. And I showed my sister that clip, and she thought it was as funny as I did. Which means it must be funny. Alright, let's do this.
I have few hopes of survivors, but we promise to search and
Swordmaster versus Temple Guard? My money would be on the Swordmaster. Temple Guard are much better Guardians than Swordmasters are, but Swordmasters are, like, absolutely brutal in close combat. I mean, a Temple Guard could definitely kill a Swordmaster, but my money would be on the Swordmaster. Swordmasters are, I mean, they're still very quick. And boy, do they have a lot of attacks. Okay, so this is a special mission. This is a weekly event, which means that there's a gimmick. And the gimmick for this event is that every once in a while, one of us turns into a bomb. So, like, I am a bomb right now. So I'm going to blow up here in about 3 seconds. And if any of my enemies are too close to me, I will deal damage to them. So whenever, or no, we all become a bomb. So whenever we become a bomb, we have to make sure to stay away from each other. Doesn't affect the AI though, which is kind of funny. Because it means you could, oh no, okay, so not everybody is a bomb. Get away from me! There is a chaos spawn coming.
I hope you're ready, Mayflies.
And he's dead. It's Bill Hook time! Get away from me, dwarf! Yeah, see, he got too close to the Bright Wizard, so he blew up. It's instant death. Delightful. Is that Bright Wizard intentionally blowing us up?
I'm drinking.
Like, I can't tell if she's just an idiot or if she's purposely trying to suicide. You want to blow up, fine. Don't toss me in with you.
Ammunition.
And boom.
we have slain the blight.
Nope. Let me up. Let me up. Ugh, Beastman. God, that's annoying. No, we're not. Don't bother with hooks. Let's
You cannot
just
blame
go.
yourself for this. We came as swiftly as we could.
Oh god, I hit my... Okay, there we go. Wait, did I?
Another leech down.
what happened to Bretonia by the end times? Bretonia was wrapped up in a civil war for 2 years, roughly. Whoa, okay. Before the end times started. Because Lewin's bastard son, and I mean bastard in like the actual definition of the word. Lewin had a had a son who did not like his who through his own kind of travels believed that he discovered that the Lady of the Lake was fake, and he was technically right. Named Malobod. And Malobod wanted to free Bretonia from the grasp of the Lady of the Lake, so he went on this big quest gathering up people that would side with him, which ended up being a bunch of not great people, like criminals and Knights of the Black Grail and a bunch of really famous not great individuals, and he started a civil war against his father, Lewin Leoncoeur, and it lasted for 2 years, and it was super duper bloody. Like, everybody was fighting each other, and it was a big mess, and Bretonia was crippled. But at the end of the civil war, basically what ended up happening was that Malobod couldn't win the war, despite like all of his skill in battle and the fact he had defeated a couple of the dukes, and he was doing okay. He wasn't able to defeat Lewin, so he made a bargain with an enemy of his country, Archon the Black, and so Malobod the Black Serpent made a deal with Archon the Black, and Archon gave him a ton of undead troops, and also made him into a vampire with a very, very, very powerful gimmick, I guess you could say, but like a powerful prophecy or curse that made it where Malobod could only be killed by a true immortal. So, like, not a normal person. He had to be killed by something other. So Malobod, at that point, the Wood Elves were like, oh shit, there's an undead empire, like, on our doorstep. So the Wood Elves finally stopped being jerks and actually got involved to help Lewin and Bretonia after having ignored them for 2 years. And so they got wrapped up in the war, and they went out and fought. But during that battle, Ariel mysteriously was wounded by something super powerful, which ended up being from Lilith, because Lilith is also a god, and her niece, and Lilith knew how to create something that could kill Ariel, so she snipes Ariel with something that can kill Ariel, which, when Ariel was wounded, the Wood Elves fled the battle, and Lewin Leoncoeur dueled Malobod and was defeated by him. Because Lewin's not a true immortal. He's just he's really powerful, but he's just a Grail Knight. Like, he's not, he's not anything crazy overpowered. So Lewin fights Malobod, isn't able to kill him. Malobod breaks Lewin's body like Bane breaks Batman, and Lewin's body is basically retrieved from the battle by by some naiads, which are like these little river lake spirits that serve the Lady of the Lake. They retrieve Lewin's body and take him to a sanctuary, essentially, where he's able to heal from his wounds. But after, later on in the Civil War, or at the end of the war, during the end times, like very early on in the end times, but still during it, Malobod finally shows up, I think, at Corone, which was like the last thing he needed to achieve ultimate victory, essentially. And by this point, Archon the Black had already gotten what he wanted, so Archon the Black had totally abandoned him, as had a couple of other characters. But Malobod walks into Corone thinking that he's won, and then the Green Knight shows up, and the Green Knight runs in, charges up to Malobod, and Malobod sees the Green Knight coming and is like, oh shit, and tries to run away, but he can't, because the Green Knight's just a lot faster and is basically a ghost. So the Green Knight catches up to him, the Green Knight kills him. Because the Green Knight is not immortal, so it has the ability to murder him, and does. So the Green Knight kills Malabad, and in the aftermath of the battle, the Green Knight reveals himself to be Gilles Le Breton, having returned from death at the bidding of the lady to lead his realm in the final war against Chaos. And then Games Workshop completely forgot about Bretonia for most of the end times. Because Gilles Le Breton, like, when Gilles Le Breton shows up, he basically declares a final errantry war against all of Chaos. And is like, I'm gonna lead our nation in, like, the final Great War. And then he doesn't do anything for, like, 4 years. Until the very end of the end times. And then we get, like, a little blurb that he teams up with Abarash, the first of the Blood Dragons, to, like, make a super army of Blood Dragons and Bretonians that ride out to fight Chaos till the end of the world.
It's true. We never see
Nothing stops us.
I'm getting real sick of this gimmick.
Let's hope they've not shipped the...
Isn't Gilles essentially Bretonian Sigmar? Yes. He is essentially Bretonian Sigmar, though there are some notable differences between the two of them. I love when they somehow get past me. Hey, thanks for the bits. What is that? Can't. Good night, cat? Good night, can? It's hard to read that because the text is so dark.
this shall redouble my zeal.
Damien, hi there. I remember vampire flying characters from Tabletop. Did I dream them or did they exist? No, they existed. One of the biggest letdowns of Total War right now is that you cannot customize your lords, because there was a lot of really cool gear that you could take in Warhammer Fantasy that you cannot take in Total War. Like in Total War, in Warhammer Fantasy, you could customize vampires to have like an absurd amount of weird abilities and powers, and one of those was flying. Vampires could absolutely fly. They could basically like transmogrify their arms into like giant bat wings. And there's a particularly famous tabletop vampire model that has like giant wings for arms. Kind of trying to give my allies a wide berth just in case I turn into a bomb. Screw off.
You know how to slaughter market.
I'm assuming the Bright Wizard can handle herself, so I'm not gonna go crazy trying to babysit her down there. I hear a Globadier. Infinite ammo, don't mind if I do. Okay, she's about to blow up, so I'm gonna go ahead and skedaddle. Well, at least the explosions hurt the enemies, so it's not like just total bad. Can actually be helpful as well. Which is fair. I mean, especially because it like sends you flying. Oh, he's gonna blow up. Come here, little shits. Little gremlins. We punish gremlins in these parts. get away from him. Okay. What new career should be added for the game as DLC? So here's my wish list slash prediction. My current wish list slash prediction is I want Rune Priest Barden or Runesmith, either of those. So Rune Priest or Runesmith Barden. I want War Dancer Carillion. Or Shadow Dance, sorry, Shadow Dancer Carillion. So I want Shadow Dancer Carillion. That would be really cool. That way she could like use shadow magic, but also have all the cool War Dancer abilities and weapons and stuff. Then I would want I want Necromancer Carillion, or sorry, Necromancer Sienna. So the Bright Wizard, I want her to have a Necromancer career. I think that would be really cool. And then for Saltspire, I want Warrior Priest. So Warrior Priest Saltspire. That is my wish list. You want Ice Witch, Sienna? That was rude. Bombs launched me out. The Grail Knight should have ridden to the defense of the Empire at the end times with the army of Bretonnia at his back. Oh yeah, I agree, Jack Tank. I mean, Lewin did. Lewin Leyenkur gathered a bunch of Bretonians and rode to the aid of Altdorf. Like, the fall of Altdorf is like a big war. It's a 3v3. Which the Siege of Altdorf, or the Fall of Altdorf, is the Demons of Nurgle, the Mortals of Nurgle, and the Beastmen of Nurgle versus Bretonia, the Empire, and the Vampire Counts. Like, they all team up together and fight in a big siege. But, like, Lewin is a badass in that final battle. I wish Gilles had gone with them. Gilles should have been there. Like, Gerard was a cool character.
Good evening.
To be, like, the Bretonian representative. But it really bothered me that they didn't let Bretonia have Gilles as kind of like their big. Oh yeah, the Nanners clip. Okay, so watch this. I wanna bless y'all with my favorite Twitch clip of all time. I have it like saved. Let's see. I put it. Nope, that's not where I put it. Ah, that's where I put it. So, so I was watching. This was like the first live stream I had made of Nanners, right? So Nanners is she's what's called a VTuber, which I only learned about their existence. I only learned about their existence maybe like 2 weeks ago, which basically they're just streamers that have like animated avatars. That's all it is. Most of them are girls or women, and they tend to have like cutesy avatars. Pink Cat Girl, yeah. Nanners is the Pink Cat Girl, but Nanners, Nanners is something a little different. She's a little special. So I wanted to show y'all this clip because it killed me. It legit. I died. Like, I was no longer on this earth. After this clip for a good bit. I got so sick. Like, my throat hurt for like 2 days because I was laughing so hard. So I want to show you this clip. So for reference, we're playing she's playing Ocarina of Time on an emulator. And she's trying to do, if you've ever played Ocarina of Time, she's in Kakariko Village. And she's trying to do the thing where you have to, like, gather up all the cuckoos, which are the chickens. And you, like, throw them into a pen. But the way she's trying to get one of these chickens is, like, completely not correct. And she's making it a lot harder than it needs to be for herself. but this is what this is what ends up happening. So I will allow you to enjoy.
Provided we don't draw too much ire.
Get up there!
So like she's
You're a horrible little creature. No, I don't want the bow!
just wait.
This is gonna actually make me go into tears. It's slippery.
I've not heard you speak.
So do you know what happens to? Shut up, Vermintide. I don't want to hear you for a minute.
Wait, come back.
Shut up. I'm trying to enjoy this moment.
What if that was like a euphemism for
She's all
definite? You're
I will
just
say
like,
she has a filthy sense of humor,
"Alright,
which
well,
I appreciate.
I gotta go Z-target my cock.
I'm trusting this will be funny.
You know what
Do
I'm
trust me.
saying?
I never lead you astray. It's Lily Pichu. She is not Lily Pichu.
Okay. Z-assisted cock jump. Am I supposed to press B when I jump?
Wait, black screen. Screen, why are you black? What? Why is it black? Why does it think there's... Hold on. Why does it think Vermintide is in the way? Oh, it's because I probably alt-tabbed out of Vermintide. Hold on. Hold on. Let's see. Here, I'll just cheat. I'll just turn off Vermintide for a hot minute. I'm just gonna turn it off. Go away. Why is the screen... Wait, can you not see it if it's... Okay, there we go. Thank you. I'm glad that... Because the audio is the true magic. Okay, let's... There. Thank you.
Jacking it, you're just like, alright, well, I gotta go Z-target my
Why
cock.
does YouTube auto-flag people saying black?
You know what
Really?
I'm saying?
Okay, y'all can see it, right? You're good? Yes, you're good. Okay.
Okay. Z-assisted cock jump. Am I supposed to press B when I jump?
Here it comes.
No!
You know what happens when you attack the chickens in this game?
I drink the milk to protect myself from the cock. I'm sorry, I'm so fucking sorry, please forgive me, please forgive me, please forgive me, please forgive me.
Oh my god. Oh man. I fucking love that. Oh god. That clip fucking sends me every time. Every time. Like I've probably watched that like 8 or 9 times already, and every time I'm fucking like oh. It's amazing. You're not sure what's meant to be funny? I'm sorry. If you're dead inside, I'm sorry. Well, okay, in defense of her Twitch chat, her sense of humor is very raunchy. So the Twitch chat is also very raunchy. it is appropriate for the context of its own community. If that makes sense. I mean, there are definitely some people that are a little much in there sometimes, but most of them are just enjoying themselves. I'm gonna turn my audio down a bit. What does that word mean? What does what word mean? Twitch be wildin'? Twitch does be wildin', dude.
Business as usual.
That is the most accurate statement I've ever heard about Twitch. Alright, turned it in. Dude, it... Like, someone having that insane of a reaction because death is coming for them because they fucked up reminds me so much of my sister. Oh my gosh, because that's what she does. When my sister gets in a bad situation, like she's done something stupid and like some angry creature is coming for her, like an insect or something, the scream. Oh my gosh. Oh, raunchy? So raunchy means like, raunchy... What's the best way to describe raunchy? Raunchy is like, they're very like adult humor. So like a raunchy community is a place where there's going to be like a lot of adult jokes. So people like a lot of sex jokes or a lot of like just really like massive amounts of swearing. It's rowdy. Yeah. It's like a more adult form of rowdy to be raunchy. Like, usually they're not super explicit, but, like, raunchiness does not necessarily mean it's, like, rated X, but it's very crass humor. Yeah. I'm not feeling these. Oh gosh, it's almost 1 AM. I don't know why I got back on on this game. I should have just hung out for a minute. This will be our last map.
Because this is not the end. I fear more is coming.
Oh yeah, the face cam. Y'all just can't live without my beautiful visage. The first time I heard the word raunchy, I thought it had something to do with condiments. Ranchy? That's funny. Sotek VTuber win? I don't know if I would ever do something like that.
She's going into Helmgard, and so are you.
Like that would be crossing a bridge into a community that has so little to do with my current community that I feel it would hurt more than help. Like, I really like the people I have met in that community, but I don't think the Warhammer or Total War communities are ready for that. I don't think they can handle that. Probably would be kind of fun though. Like, I could see having an avatar for like VR chat, but I don't see myself ever putting an animated character as like the only thing you see when you're watching me stream. I have as weird as it sounds, despite the fact that like there are things obviously I don't like about myself, I have a lot of pride in my visage. Or a lot of I have a lot of pride in the lack of shame of my visage. Like, I need to shave, and I need to lose weight, but, like, I don't... I am happy to have myself on the front lines, so to speak, if that makes sense. Where were you when anime catgirls invaded Total War Warhammer? When did that happen? Wow, I literally just got surprise butt poked by a troll because I was so busy talking. That is a first. Somebody found art? I want art. I can have an animated skink avatar? Nah. Honestly, I don't think I'd want a skink. I'd probably want a Saurus. But, that actually would be kind of funny, though. Like, all the VTubers are like these super, like, are all these, like, anime cute things. And then you just walk in, you've got, like, a one-for-one scale, like, Saurus model that's just super, like, brrr. That would be really funny. Oh, well, thank you, gentlemen, over in Twitch. Animated Lord Croc? What? Dude, you'd just be dead. Yeah, let's look. Like, animated Lord Croc wouldn't be animated. He would just be a corpse that would occasionally, like, send off a death glow. Was there a catgirl incident in the Warhammer community? Like, I would legit be so happy to welcome a new aspect of the community, even though I know most of the Warhammer community would be like, cringe, because they just can't handle people that are different than them. Do I expect Finnabar to be playable? No. I don't think Finnabar will ever be playable. I can hear Chloe grooming herself on the other side of the room, which is always gross, because when Chloe grooms herself, she, like, has to cough, because she's, like, she gets so much fur, she's like, and it's like, ugh. You're gross, dog. You're gross. I love you, but that is just such an unpleasant sound. You're better looking than half the guys on here. Oh, Jack Tanks. Oh, that's a... Well, thank you. I don't believe you, but I'll take the compliment. Here's a fun story for y'all. I won't say who it is, but just to be overly safe. But I was talking to another person who is on YouTube and is a very nice lady within the online Warhammer community. Very, very, very nice lady. Very pretty. But she's a sweetheart. And I was talking to her about some stuff, and we were talking, and I guess she had never, like, I don't think she really knew who I was when I was talking to her. So, like, while we were talking, I guess she looked up a video or something, and while we were talking, she's just like, you have a really adorable face. And let me tell you guys, I've been fucking writing that. I've been writing that compliment for probably the last, like, week. It's like, I'll take it. I'll take it.
That lifting platform goes up to the battlement.
I haven't received a physical compliment in so many years. I'll take it. Fucking plague monks. Thoughts on the design between... Wait, what? Thoughts on the lore and design for Bone Reapers and Night Haunts. Night Haunts have a beautiful design. I legit think that Night Haunts are some of the best looking models in all of the Games Workshop catalog, which is why I collect them and play them very emphatically. Night Haunts are gorgeous. Bone Reapers, I have mixed feelings on Bone Reapers. They're a great looking army. They have very high quality models. My thing with Bone Reapers though is I don't like their skulls. So like, I really like their horses. I like their monsters. I like the catapult is super cool. The Mortek Crawler, even though its rules are complete bullshit and need to be nerfed. I don't understand why the Crawler has the rules that it does. It's absolute bullshit. But I would say that the Austere Bone Reapers, I don't like the way their infantry looks. I don't like how their skulls have like these weird little bits coming off of them. I just want them to be like cool looking normal skulls, but they just added a little too much to them, in my opinion. They're too busy. But outside of that, as for like their lore design, amazing. The Ossiarch Bone Reapers and okay, that was bullshit. I dodged. The Ossiarch Bone Reapers and the Night Haunts both have amazing lore. They're very well written. They have a lot of fun. There's a lot of like grim, dark, nasty spookiness to them. They have a lot of problems. They're not perfect races. They suffer from various like conditions or downsides, and like they're basically caught somewhere between like they're basically caught between the idea of like, oh well, yeah, they're undead, so at least they're kind of like still existing, but their existence is like suffering a lot of the time. I mean, the Bone Reapers tend to have a much better deal going than the Night Haunts. The Night Haunts are just brutal lore. The Night Haunt lore, like, if you are a Night Haunt, you are being punished for eternity. Because you did something that pissed off Nagash in life. And I love that. I love that they are people that are basically eternally damned. Because I just find that really cool and thematic. And like the whole idea behind the Night Haunts is that they are ghosts that are so in agony and in so much suffering that the only way they can think to alleviate that suffering is to drag you down to suffer with them. And I love that. I think that's such a cool idea. Like, because vindictive undead are the scariest form of undead. Period, end of story. Like, undead that's just hungry, like, I get it, which is usually the case for zombies, or like they're spreading an infection. I get it, but I don't find that as frightening of an idea. Like, Night Haunts will go out of their way to an extreme to try and kill you or to punish you. And drag you down to their level. Because they want you to suffer with them. Because it's the only thing that gives them a moment's comfort. Which is so human. It sucks. But, like, I've met human beings like that. We all have. It's the internet. The internet is practically, like, 99%. At least it feels like it sometimes. The internet's almost mostly full of people that are vindictive, spiteful little assholes. Unless you, like, stay away from those areas. You know? Like, you have to look to find genuinely wholesome, wonderful communities. Which I feel like our community is. Hopefully. But we have to cultivate that, and we have to work hard at it. Like, our community isn't just, like, happy and not dicks to each other because that's its natural state, so to speak. But because we, like, actively have to protect it from groups that would do things like that, you know? Maybe that's the secret. Night Haunts or Twitch chat. Like the average Twitch chat. Except for not nearly as horny. I would simp for the Lady Night Haunts. Lady Ollander? Dude, Lady Ollander is awesome. I love Lady Ollander. She's my favorite character in Age of Sigmar. Well, actually, I think her husband is my favorite character, but she's a close second. Lady Ollander and Kurdos Valentian are the best married couple ever, even though they completely and utterly hate each other, which is just great. Like, Lady Allender and Kurtos Valentian were married to each other as eternal punishment. Which is just amazing.
Down here.
Most of the time when a faction is led by, like, a married couple, like, they may be evil, but at least they love each other or something, but not the Night Haunts. The Night Haunt wedding couple hate each other. Like, they loathe one another. They're the new Vlad and Isabella? No. Vlad and Isabella were genuinely in love. They were both really fucked up people, but they actually did love each other very much. I mean, Vlad and Isabella were motivated by their desire to be together.
Leave the black rat to me.
Don't you vomit. Don't! I see you gearing up. I'm gonna reload while he's healing. Dude, if you can land headshots with pistols on a troll, it's just like instant death. And trolls have such big heads.
The soul must fend for itself.
I don't like anyone in Age of Sigmar. They all suck as people. That's not true. There are some good guys in Age of Sigmar. They're rare, but they do exist.
Watch for the throw. Jack, hold your breath. Run, Wessex. It's going to explode.
Some of the Stormcast Eternals are really good guys. There's a number of good human characters. Can I explain Malarian? Not very well. We don't know a lot about him yet. Malarian hasn't really been revealed yet. He's still kind of a mystery. Though it seems very likely we're about to see him at the end of the Broken Realms saga. Oh, Slayer. Slayer committed suicide. Slayer found his oath. Damn it. Trying not to hit my allies here. Well, that was a little bit. Wow, the dwarf actually resurrected like super close. That's really nice. A little weird, but nice. No! God.
Glory be a potion.
I have dishonored my family
The drop.
by falling there.
The door. Move. Glory be a potion. Watch out. Blade monks.
Oh, there's another one. Nope. Calm down. 6 foot rule. 6 foot rule.
Remain alert. A rattling lurch.
Tornus the Redeemed is pretty cool. Tell us the story of maybe another time. I can feel my voice is getting to the point where it's getting a little rough, and I still need to record a lot of videos tonight because I have to record the announcement video for the Q&A. Like, we've already announced the Q&A, but I haven't like put out the official video for it, so not everybody knows about it. So I gotta do that tonight, and I also have to record some updates on the community challenge, the community endurance contest, because the way that I initially designed it is not going to work, so I have to update the rules, but I have to make an announcement about it so people aren't like trying to submit runs for the contest as it was, because we're not doing it that way anymore. Oh god, they're still back there? Q&A for what? Chaos Dwarves. We've announced the next Q&A is going to be about the Chaos Dwarves. And people, who's going to bed? Jack Tank, have a good night, my dude. Thanks so much for coming by. Hope you had a good time, and I hope you have a lovely evening. But the Dawizar are going to be the subject of the next Q&A series. And we've started accepting questions for them on the Discord. And I will put out a video tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. about it, and that video will be up for about 3 days, so the rest of the week, pretty much. And then at the end of that, I'm closing all the question forums and not accepting any more questions. Because on the Discord alone, we've already been asked over 100 questions. And that's not including all of the questions all the patrons asked. And that's also not including all the questions we're going to get on YouTube. It's going to be a lot. I mean, the Ogre Kingdoms Q&A, I think on the Ogre Kingdoms Q&A, we answered, like... Oh, gosh. I want to say... It was a truly, like, incredible amount of... Archmage Eldrin, I'm going to make you your YouTube mod now. Congrats. Because you're online most of the time when I'm streaming. And you're good about posting things. And as much as I love our current mod crew, they tend to be awake at all the same hours.
Look, Shalia's
Hey, no power trips. No power trips.
oh, there's no stopping at all, is there? Trust me, I'm just warming up.
You'll see that beauty shot right into his tank. Blew him up.
Ready yourselves, Dory. Let's hope we have battle worthy of some.
First question, do Chaos Dwarves party? Of course they party. Do you see how hard they work? Everybody knows people who work hard play hard. What do I think of Major Kill? I think that he shot himself in the foot really hard by being super duper edgy when he first started his channel. But he seems to be kind of backing away from it, which I hope is the case because I think he's too edgy for his own good. Like, I'm totally cool with him having an edgy sense of humor, but he has a really bad habit of making, like, ranked tier lists or talking about other creators and essentially shit-talking them. Especially creators who are notably nervous or shy individuals. And he basically just, like, shits all over their channel for free to make himself look good, I guess? I don't know. I don't know why he does it. I don't think it's quality content to do that. And it also hurts a lot of people's feelings for literally no gain. And I really hope he stops doing it soon. Because it's a really shitty thing to do. Like, granted, he shits on pretty much everybody. And, like, sometimes he says really nice things about people. And, you know, he seems to be trying to be on the right side of a lot of situations. But, like, I know of at least 3 creators already who really don't like him because he has, like, from their perspective, he's basically come out of nowhere and just, like, torn into them and made them feel really, really bad about themselves and their communities. And that's a shit thing to do. Like, I don't care how funny it is. I do not give a fuck. I don't care if you're like, oh, it's just a prank, bro. Like, there's no excuse to be shitty to someone just for laughs. If anything, that's like the shittiest reason to be shitty to someone, is because you think it's funny and that you just want to, like... I don't understand the idea. I don't understand it. Harsh but fair is very rarely fair, in my opinion. A lot of the times, a lot of people, like, if you call someone harsh but fair, it should be because they are giving harsh criticism when asked, not because they're just wandering into a place where nobody invited them and just attacking everyone in the room just because, like, no reason for that. Like, if somebody wants to, like, I absolutely get that there are people that love his sense of humor and, like, enjoy, like, ribbing with him and stuff, and that's totally fine. Like, Major Kill, he can talk shit about me all he wants. Like, if he wants to make videos talking about that it's dumb I don't make more lore videos, and that I should like focus more on pure lore and not Total War and all that stuff, that's fine, dude. Like, I could not give less shits. But like, that's because I'm comfortable with it. Like, I'm comfortable with it, and I can take it, and I'm fine with it. But, you know, like, he messes around with, like, Baldermort, who clearly is okay with it and thinks it's funny. And he messes around with Chapter Master Valrak, who's really funny, or who also really likes to mess with people, and he thinks it's really funny. But, like, if you're just gonna come out and start attacking especially a lot of smaller creators, that's fucked up, dude. Like, if you're offering criticism to people, you, in my opinion, you have a responsibility to be kind about it. I mean, I've been in the music world my entire life, and the music world is ruthless. It is fucking. There are a lot of people in it that don't give a fuck about your feelings. They don't give a shit what you think about them, and they are there to rip your ass in half. And, like, he's not as bad as some of those people, but everyone who's in that world is aware that that's the system. My issue with Legend, or Major, is that it really feels like every once in a while he'll just make, like, it's really the tier list videos that get on my nerves. Like, that's just what gets to me, is when he, like, tries to compare a bunch of creators against each other, a lot of whom did not ask for it and did not want to be included, because it just makes them feel like shit. Alright, that's gonna be enough Vermintide, I think, for today. But we can chat for a little bit. And don't get me wrong, like, if he's aiming up, that's fine. Like, if he wants to attack Arch Warhammer, go for it. If he wants to attack me, or, like, once you're big enough, you know, it kind of comes with the territory.
Right, don't stop them.
But, like, people below, like, even though I'm not one of these people, but people below, like, 50k subs, just leave them alone. Like, unless they are actively doing something to call attention to themselves, like, they want the attention, they ask for the attention. Like, if Major Kill wanted to do a tier list, he's like, hey, what, like, any creators that want to be on my tier list, hit me up. That's fine. Like, do that. Don't just fucking drag people kicking and screaming into it. Yeah, I mean, you're right. You don't have to be kind with criticisms. But you're also asking my opinion. If you're asking how I feel about another creator, if kindness is not part of their deal, then I don't like it. Like, it costs nothing. It costs nothing to be nice to people. What part of the Discord do you ask Q&A? Join the Discord and scroll down to where it says... Chaos Wars Q&A.
I've heard some of you have been looking for Katrine. Waste of time.
I personally don't see a problem with criticizing a smaller creator. I don't think smaller creator size should be a shield against criticism. I agree, as long as that person has asked for the criticism, or is someone that is, like, trying to, like, make a big message or send out a wider signal into the community. If someone's minding their own business and they're not, like, attacking a part of the community, like, obviously if someone makes a video where they're, like, trying to talk shit about Major Kill, then he's got every right, and I would encourage him to, like, fire back. Like, that's fine. But if, like, if somebody's just streaming and making videos and they never say anything to any other creator, they're not, like, claiming to be, like, the greatest source of knowledge on a particular subject, They're not making videos where they're like, I'm the only person that knows about this, or they're not making videos that are like, everyone else who makes videos about this topic is wrong. Like, if they're just doing their own thing and aren't drawing attention to themselves, and they're just trying to, like, get by, then no, I don't think you should criticize them. I don't think you should use a large community to focus on that person and poke fun at them. Because it's going to get back to them, and it's gonna make them feel like shit. And that doesn't jive with me, dude. Like, that's a shitty thing to do to somebody. It is a shitty thing to basically walk up to somebody that is trying to do their best, and they're not trying to make enemies. They're just hanging out, having a good time, trying to make content, and, like, to poke them in the chest and be like, I think what you do is garbage. Like, fuck you, dude. If you do that, fuck you. It's a shit thing to do. Like, even in music, you wouldn't do that kind of garbage. Unless you're just a piece of shit. Like, if your goal, like, if I was walking by somebody's practice room, and, like, yeah, they're in a band that doesn't make a lot of money, or, like, they're in a lower band than I was, or, hell, if they had a performance, I wouldn't walk by them after they perform and walk up to them and be like, hey, I think your performance was shit. Like, fuck you. That's a shit thing to do. They didn't ask for your opinion. They're not there trying to be the best. They're not out there being like, oh yeah, like, I'm the best thing ever and people should, like, follow or love my stuff because I'm the best. No, they're just trying to fucking get by, dude. Leave them alone. I do see what you mean, and I can see myself agreeing. The only problem with it is when mobs of hateful people just descend down like a ton of hawks. Like, if it could only be creator versus creator. Well, that's... So, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Living Legend. Here's a huge difference. Here's a massive difference. If like... I'm getting too caught up on this. But, like, if Major Kill were to send a private message over Twitter or email to a creator that's small or like just some other creator that he noticed, and he's like, hey man, I like your content, or I don't like your content, but I think if you did this, you would do a lot better for you. That's offering criticism. But to walk out on this big stage in front of your community and be like, here's this guy, here's what I think about this guy, and I'm just gonna say mean shit about him, even though I've never talked to him, and a lot of the people Major Kill ranked, he flat out says shit like, I haven't really watched their content, and then he proceeds to rank them. Like, it's a shitty thing to do. Like, he's not doing it to offer criticism. He's doing it with all these flashing lights and signs that are saying, hey, look at me, I'm causing drama in this community, and I'm, like, attacking people. Like, you can't call it a criticism. He's not, like, offering constructive criticism. All he's doing is, like, getting views because people love to watch people talk shit. That's the whole point. That's the only reason he's doing it. He's not trying to help these people. Like, it's a shitty thing to do. In my opinion. Like, you do you, man. Obviously, like, his community loves it. And Major Kill seems really addicted to getting as many views and much money and as many subs as possible. And, like, I respect the hustle. I respect the hustle. He's growing like a madman, and he loves it, and that's what he cares about. And I encourage him to pursue his dreams. I just wish he would not punch people in the dick who don't even, like, know who he is. And have not done anything to him, and they're very nice people who just want to be allowed to enjoy their hobby, and not have people messaging them on Discord and Twitter being like, did you see what Major Kill said about you? Did you see what Major Kill said about you? Because that happens every fucking time, dude. Like, anytime somebody says shit like that, you don't get to just not know about it. That's the other thing. It's like, if I'm live streaming and Major Kill puts out a video where he's like, he says something about Lore Master of Sotek, I'm gonna know about it. Even if I don't watch his content, which I don't. I don't watch a lot of other creators' content because I just don't have the time for it. But, like, you can't get away from it. Like, you can be completely unrelated, and somebody in his community who may like your stuff, or someone who in his community who's just bored, will message you in your face and be like, hey, what do you think about this? And then that's your day. Like, you just have to watch this video of this Australian guy talk shit about you. Which, Australians, I don't know what it is with Australia, but they're very offensive people a lot of the time. They're very fond of getting in other people's faces, it seems like. Which, I just don't like it. I just don't like it. Good morning. Sorry, I got off on a huge tangent there. Like I said, I don't hate Major Kill. I honestly believe his intention is not to hurt people. I do not think he is, like, intentionally trying to make people feel like shit. I think he's just doing stuff that he thinks is fun, and enjoyable, but he just doesn't spare a thought for others. He just does what he thinks is fun and moves on with his life and rolls and is just like, I enjoy this period of the story. But he's young, and that's how it goes. So, like, I went on a stream with him, Legend, and Legend's wife, and I had a good time. Like, Major Kill was really nice the entire time. So, like, I genuinely believe he's not a shitty person. I think deep down he's actually a nice person. I think he just, the way he chose to build his community is very reliant on edge and very reliant on, it's just super edgy. Legend did the same thing. Like, if you, Legend of Total War, if you had asked me, like, maybe a year, I don't remember how long ago, but like 2 years ago or something, like, if you had, like, put me and Legend in the same room, like, we probably would not have gotten along. Like, we probably would not have had a good time. But, like, now I love working with Legend of Total War. Legend is like, I'm going to change my stuff to just chatting, because we're just going to hang out for a bit. But Legend was like, I really like talking to him now, and I love working together with Legend of Total War now. Like, he's a great guy. Because Twitch has a just chatting category. I'm not worried about it on YouTube, but Twitch gets a little antsy if you don't change your stuff. There we go. But yeah, like, Legends completely reinvented his image. Like, he still gets, like, whenever I watch him stream, it always feels like he's perpetually angry, but, like, that's fine. And he's very nice to talk to, and, like, he doesn't, like, talk shit, like, he doesn't attack people anymore. Like, he's not sitting there just trying to start fights. He's just having a good time and enjoying himself. And that's great, and I love it. That's just Legend. He's a grumpy old bastard. Yeah, exactly. Which, that's fine. I am totally with grumpy old bastard. It's great. Legend and his wife, I can't remember her name off the top of my head, because I think every time I've talked to her, she gets introduced, or, like, every time I see her, she gets introduced as, like, Lady Legend or Mrs. Legend or something like that. Hold on, let me actually find her on Twitter real quick. But cause, like, I talked to her on Twitter, or, like, yeah, she just goes by Mrs. Legend. So, like, I can't. you know, what are you gonna do? But like, they're lovely people. They are very lovely people. If there's an opportunity for me to hang out with Legend over Discord and Mrs. Legend, I am super happy to do it. I love talking to them. And that's kind of a thing. Like, I understand from personal history, especially, that there are people who like, or there are places and people who like, or groups, and their whole thing is like they rib each other. Like, if you listen to me hanging out with my friends, my really good bros, is that they just like, if you were in a room with my friends and you didn't know us, I'm going to put up something in the background. That way y'all have something to look at. I'm going to move myself over here. If y'all, oh, I'm big. Man, my beard is like super messy. And my mustache is too long. But anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. If y'all just were in a room with my friends, you would probably think they hated me. Because they just shit talk me constantly. But I think it's genuine. Like, I am very okay with it, and I love it because that's just how we talk to each other. And like, and I understand that like everything they're saying is not meant to hurt me. It's just funny. But there are moments where we get serious. And I have no problem telling my friends I love them. Like, all that to their to their face and stuff. Like, I'm very open about with my friends, and that they have a lot of struggles, and a lot of the time they are suffering in various ways with depression or anxiety and all this stuff. And like, we talk about it. We're very open about those kinds of things. And like, yeah, we fuck around with each other, but almost every time we hang out, there's always a moment where we get really serious. To talk very frank. And I think the thing is, for me, is there are people out there who I think tend to get really bad about the idea of, oh, I'm just messing around, like I have a quick wit, and my friends really love my quick wit, and I get positive responses when I'm ripping on people, so that's just what I do, man. I just don't have a filter. And the moment you walk away from your friends, that's not an excuse. That's a child's excuse. I expect, when I meet a person and they're over the age of 18, I expect them to act like an adult. I expect them to understand that when meeting me, I am not your friend. I don't know you. You and I are strangers. And we're going to kind of have to feel each other out and get to know each other. And if you walk up to me and the first thing you do is just start ripping insults, and you're like, that's just the way I roll, I'm going to tell you to sit on a dick and spin because you're a piece of shit. Like, you don't get the excuse like, oh, I'm a good person deep down. I don't mean anything I'm saying. If that's like all I know about you. Like, you gotta have a filter, man. You gotta build up to that. You don't just walk in the room and start throwing Hail Marys at people. You gotta build up to that. You don't that has to be earned. Language? Screw it. It's too late of night for me to care. What if I see you? Can I give you a hug? If I know it's coming, yes. Please don't like see me on the street and hug me out of the blue. Let me be aware of your existence and all that stuff. Good morning, Zerzarnoff. So, and that's my thing. I feel like there is especially younger people, like early 20s. There are older people that do this, which there's really no excuse for that. But especially people in their early 20s who are like college age or just out of college, a lot of those people can be like, oh, I'm just a bitch. That's just my personality. You just got to get used to it. And it's like, No, I don't. I can just call you out on being an asshole and tell you to get the fuck out of my face. And, like, you cannot ask anything of me. Can I approach you on the street and offer you a pact with Nurgle? Yes, of course. I would be genuinely upset if I never got offered a pact with the Dark Gods in my life. Uji is here. We're just hanging out. We're just talking for a little bit. We just wrapped up with some Vermintide, and somebody asked some questions that got me too heavy and going. And when I watch streamers, at least on Twitch, I actually really like when at the end of the stream, it's just kind of like a chat. The type of people who go, I can't help it, I'm a Libra. Yeah, those type. There's no excuse to be an asshole. Like, you choose to do it is kind of my thing. Whether you choose for a legit reason or you choose just because it's like your knee-jerk reaction. I just got a message by Legend about challenges. Sorry, one sec. We're trying to find a way to make the community the endurance challenge that I announced 2 days ago. We're trying to find a way to make it work because they managed to bust it. America is about to sleep and Catgirls are funny. Dude, America has been asleep for like 3 hours at least. Screw vegans. Why do you hate vegans? Why would you... Who gives a fuck what people eat, dude? Like, if anything, vegans are like... They have such a dramatically reduced impact on the environment because they don't eat meat. Like, I'm not a vegan, and I have no interest in being vegan, but I don't hate vegans, like... Like, unless they're just in your face being an asshole about it, I guess, but, like... Who cares? They eat all the grass-starving cows. Dude, cows, I love how they taste, but here's the thing. I love the way I love meat, and I have no intention of ever getting rid of meat in my diet, but the instant they get lab-grown meat that is affordable, and it's at least close to real meat, I'm in. Like, I will never eat animal meat again. Am I just starting or wrapping up? I'm wrapping up. We're hanging out for a little bit, but we're wrapping up. Because cows are fucking horrible for the environment. I'm fine with someone having, like, a singular cow for, like, their own stuff, like dairy and stuff, or they, like, have it as a pet. Cows seem like they would make really cool pets. But, like, cows are... Oh, they're so bad, dude. Like, we really gotta get rid of cows. Like, most of them. Like, if we could cut down their population by, like, a good 70%, that'd probably be really good. Something like that. That being said, I've heard there are things you can, like, there's special kind of diets cows can have that, like, vastly reduces their output of nasty shit. But, But, of course, we're having a hard time getting that passed anywhere because... I'm going to stop myself before I go into politics. I'm fine going into politics on Twitter, but I don't want to do that on live streams. Cows are Nurgle sympathizers. That wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. How about we eat vegans? I'm not interested in eating human, bro. I worked on a dairy farm, you dick. Was it fun? I imagine that was, like, really hard work. You love bacon? Well, bacon is pigs. Eating human would solve hunger and overpopulation. Last I checked, eating human is really not good for humans. Like, you get some pretty gnarly symptoms by eating human. What elemental Lumineth Realm Lord am I looking forward to the most? I want to see what Zenith is about. Which I think is air. Well, you know what? I think I'm most excited for River, Daniel. I think Lumineth Realm Lord's the river aspect, or the river elemental. I'm really hoping they have like a big monster for each one of the 4 elements. That way they like really go in. King Stickbug, you're worrying me, my dude. I am growing concern. Oh, Eldrin is also on Twitch. Good, that means I can do this. Show chat. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Ah. Whatever, chat will pop up in a hot sec. Oh yeah, I can do that. Instead of like using awkward chat, I can have the normal chats. That way I'm not squishing y'all down into one big menu. Don't I want to be ghouls? Nah, dude. Sotek's next stream is human tasting? That is not correct. that is patently false. Human tasting is not on my agenda. I'm gonna roleplay an ogre. Well, if you're an ogre, it's okay then, though. If you're an ogre and you're eating humans, then it's not cannibalism. You're just eating humans. That's totally fine. How do I do this? Ah, there we go. There, Archmage. Now you're truly powerful. Now you moderate both chats. Not even all of our mods can do that. Foul can't do that. Sotek cooks Major Kill and eats some. I wouldn't eat Major Kill. He's got no meat on his bones. He's all muscle. Not nearly enough fat. Fat's the good part. I know what I'm about. Other than the Lords of Change, are there any other humanoids in Warhammer that are avian? Well, yeah. I mean, they're like Zongors. Living Legend. If you go to Games Workshop's website and just type in Zongor, which is spelled like that, they are beastmen. Typically, they are beastmen with avian features. Need to make Yep Jim a mod too? Maybe. We'll think about it with time. My thing is when it comes to mods is I try and look for names that I see like every stream or most streams, and also people that I have talked to outside of streams, so like I know that they're not gonna just like burn the place down. One day, maybe we'll get to the point where we have, like, mod applications. Is any book about the Sisters of Twilight? Not that I'm aware of. Not outside the army books. I don't think they show up in the Orion series. They might. I've only read the first book. Hey, Dale Lowry, how are you doing, man? I'm good. Oh, you're Yep Jim, okay. Gotcha. They don't show up in the Orion books. Yeah, that's a bummer. Since Tzeentch is often represented by a bird, what are the animal representations for the other Chaos Gods? You'll see them if you play the Norska campaign. Their most usual animal representations is Tzeentch is represented by a raven or a crow. No, sorry, a raven. Nurgle is represented by a crow. Slaanesh is represented by a serpent. And Khorne is represented by a hound. That is their usual animal representations. When you're looking at their demons, they tend to be most associated with... Khorne is always associated with hounds. Slaanesh is usually represented with bulls. Nurgle, I guess you would say flies. Maggots, flies. And then Tzeentch is birds. Particularly ravens. Is there a reason for that? It has to do with the way the Norskins interpret the function of those creatures in their society. Khorne is usually understood as a hound because of like the frenzied bestial aspect of the Chaos Warhounds that you'd see in the north. Wouldn't bulls be for Hashit? Well, not bulls per se. Hashit tends to be more represented by Taurus, which Taurus are similar to bulls, but they're much, much bigger and much, much scarier. Isn't Nurgle also leeches? Well, Nurgle has a lot of critters and creepy crawlies. Would I be down with Tau and 40k getting lizardmen? I guess. I mean, it seems like the Kroot are basically already lizardmen. I would very much like for the Tau and 40k to get more alien friends that make up a part of their army, and they have like new models, because a lot of 40k models are pretty old and ugly right now. Like, it's really nice the Necron range got refreshed, but I really hope that a lot of the... I hope 40k 9th edition is more about refreshing model ranges. Like, it'd be nice to see the Eldar and the Dark Eldar get new models. Like, refreshes. Same thing for the Tyranids. I mean, Tyranids aren't awful, but I think using their modern technology, they could find much better ways to create those sculpts. Because the building Tyranids right now is not a very fun experience. But that's like, I really want new Saurus and Saurus Cold One Riders for Lizardmen. I was really disappointed with the the releases for the 2nd edition Seraphon. Like, I really wanted to get new dice, and I really wanted new Cold One Riders. And we just didn't. We just didn't get it. Daniel, thanks for the tip, my dude. Considering that the High Elves have no greenskins, Skaven, or Beastmen as far as you know, what threats do they face that come from their homelands? Does the absence of all these common plagues of the rest of the world make Ulthuan the safest place? No. So, Daniel, Ulthuan, you'll notice the donut, as Mandalore likes to call it, has a mountain range that goes around the entirety of the thing, and that's what separates the inner kingdoms from the outer kingdoms. And these are called the Anuli Mountains. But the problem with the Anuli Mountains is that they're so high up, and it's like the entire island, except for the narrow passes, have them. that they go so high up that they basically go into all the giant waves of chaos magic that are like spiraling around the island. Because so magic is drawn to Ulthuan to get sucked up in the vortex, right? But it's a vortex. So the magic that goes into Ulthuan doesn't just go straight to the vortex and out. It spirals all the way through Ulthuan until it gets to the vortex and then it gets shot out. Because of that, the Anuli Mountains are like baked in chaos energy and like magic. And because of that, a lot of the most terrifying monsters in the world live in the Anuli Mountains. So like there are creatures in Warhammer Fantasy you would almost never see outside of the realms of chaos except for the Anuli Mountains. You can and so a lot of the time there are really horrifying monsters and creatures that live up there that every once in a while, due to desperation or hunger or something, will basically get drawn out of the mountains and they'll wander down into the lowlands and start attacking the high elves. So there's like chimeras, manticores, griffins, chaos spawn, but they originate from animals, not people. Great giant spine chaos beasts. Just a lot of nasty shit. And of course, demons manifest very, very easily in Ulthuan. Ulthuan is when something bad happens in the world and there's like a lot of magic saturating the area. Ulthuan almost always suffers because of it. Because when magic increases even a little bit, demons are able to show up very easy. Who was in Nagaroth first? Elves or humans? Elves. There are no natural human colonies in the New World. Like, if you there are, well, that's not true. Would you consider the pygmies human in Warhammer? I don't know. The pygmies are kind of more like halflings. So I guess not. There are no natural humans in anywhere in the New World. So Nagaroth and Lustria, there's never been humans there naturally. They're not natives. Skeggi doesn't count? No, Skeggi was founded by Norskins. So they're not natives. And the Amazons have conflicting narratives about what exactly they are. But the Amazons are either Valkyries from Skeggi that basically got forced out and became their own commune on Amazon Island, or they are a ancient race that the Old Ones created to... the Old One... oh god, what was her name? Rin something? Rig. The Old One Rig... created, and if they are the created version, then they're very not human. Like they look human, but they're definitely not human. Yeah, the pygmies are known as a mistake. That is 100% accurate. No, not Rick. Rig. R-I-G-G. Rig is the only Old One that's noted as female. She is like a mother type individual, motherness, patroness, mother goddess. And the thing about Rig is that the lizardmen find her very, very confusing because the lizardmen literally don't have a gender. Like, lizardmen are not male, they're just lizardmen. They're lizards. They're alien. The lizardmen don't have a concept of sex or gender, so they find Rig very confusing because she is noted as being, like, her defining feature as an Old One is that she is female, and she's the only one. And her femininity is her, like, big deal. And so the lizardmen don't understand any of the text they have about her because to them the concept of male or female is very foreign. the lizardmen are clones. They're not clones. They're just, well, I guess they're kind of, well, no, not really. They're more like crafted organisms. I wouldn't call them clones. The lizardmen can't understand boobs. They understand them, I think, from a physiological perspective, but not from a entertainment perspective. How strong are the Amazons and pygmies? No, we don't have any feats. The only thing we know about the Amazons that's like definitely canon is that they exist, that they are like warrior goddesses, like they're like apparently exceptionally beautiful and are more than capable of kicking the shit out of most men very easily because they have to be in order to survive in a place like Lestria. We know that they act as guides for other factions, but whether or not they are simply an all-female cult of warrior women or a like eldritch power is very unclear and confusing. Most sources in the later lore that I have seem to indicate that the Amazons are just humans who are an all-female group that in order to like sustain their culture will like launch raiding parties on groups to basically collect men, and then they use them and kill them. What do the lizardmen think about the Amazons? The lizardmen don't seem to mind them. The Amazons seem to have a very healthy respect for the lizardmen. At least in there's one short story I know of that you can still buy on Black Library's website, I believe. And I don't remember what it's called, but it has to do with like a group of dwarf treasure hunters trying to break into a temple and steal a bunch of gold. And they have an Amazon guide, and the Amazon is super not okay with messing with lizardman stuff. Are the old ones in fantasy reptilian like they are in 40k? No. The old ones don't look anything like the lizardmen in fantasy. The old ones in 40k are more like the Slawn of fantasy. But the old ones in fantasy were much more bizarre. They didn't seem to have a consistent physical form. It seemed like they could either change their form at will, or like they took a form based on how much it pleased them, rather than having like a distinct design, if that makes sense. Because some of them are like human-animal hybrids. Some of them are so bizarre that they're difficult to describe and stuff like that. I've heard there's Amazons on the Dragon Isles. Can I confirm that? I have never heard of Amazons anywhere outside of Lestria. How can I see Amazons being implemented into Total War Warhammer? If they ever did Dogs of War, I could see Amazons as like a rare ROR type unit. If Creative Assembly made Amazons playable, what direction would I want them to take? That. If they ever gave us playable Amazons, I would want there to be a Dogs of War faction that, like, you could recruit unique units depending on where you had settlements. So, like, if you were playing the Dogs of War and you managed to journey all the way to like Amazon Island, which it would be nice to see Amazon Island be a playable place. Right now it's just kind of there, but you can't actually go on it. But that would be fun. No, Zerzernov, yeah, Zerzernov, that's 100% canon. We know for a fact that the old ones were so powerful that trying to like look at them, like to witness them in their full might and to have conversations with them was physically impossible for anything younger than a first generation Slawn. So like Lord Mazdamundi has never seen an old one. Now he knows a lot about them, but he has never actually interacted with one. because to do so would have destroyed his mind. The only 5 Slann that have ever interacted with the Old Ones were the first generation, and there were only 5 of them. We know some of the Elder Dragons talked to them because they had conversations with one another, but like the number of entities that could handle talking to the Old Ones was almost in the single digits. You had to be an incredibly powerful creature to handle speaking or witnessing the Old Ones. Do we know the names of the other 4 first-generation Slann? I want to say we know like 3 of them. You've got Lord Croak, and then you have the one that ends up turning into the Daystar, which I can't quite remember. I can't remember his name. I'd have to look them up, but one of them ended up turning into the Daystar. One of them saved all of the Southlands when he died. Lord Croak is one of them, and then the other 2, I don't remember. I don't know if we got any details on the other 2. If I had to pick 5 minor factions to see in Total War Warhammer 3, what would they be? If I had to pick 5 factions, minor factions for Total War, do you mean playable? Or do you mean just like in the game? Christian. The Daystar? I can't remember if it's called the Daystar or the Dawnstar, but there is a Slann, first generation Slann, who he was fighting this massive battle against the demons of chaos during the Great Catastrophe, and he unleashed a spell that was so powerful that he basically imploded, like, but not like his fleshy bits went everywhere. He like turned himself into pure energy and basically created like a second sun for a moment on the planet, and it unleashed this huge explosion that obliterated a ton of, like, just absolutely demolished the demons. And to this day, if you go into that crater, there's this little sparkling light that's still there. And that's all that remains of him. What are my thoughts on Echoed Hellbrass? Echoed Hellbrass is a pretty cool character. I find it extremely likely he will be in the game, but I do not think he will be playable. Just a casual second son as you do. Well, it did kill him. It was a powerful spell, but it did cost him his life. Why did Slann get weaker and weaker with each generation? Mainly because they were created explicitly for their tasks, and it seems like there was a... Hi, Chloe. It seems like there was a system where the more powerful the old ones made the Slann, the less they could create. Like, the less of them they could make. The guy cursed with giving life, yes. Echoed Hellbrass is a Tzeentch lord who, everywhere he walks, there's like constantly vegetation and life springing up behind him. He sounds very much like a Nurgle character, but he's actually a Tzeentch character. It's kind of weird. Is that the lord behind the Guacamole crater? No. Guacamole crater that's just a big crater where Teheniwan... That's an important place for Teheniwan, but we don't know what caused the Guacamole crater. It's just kind of there. Oh, to get the Vampire Coast treatment. My 5 minor factions that I would want to see get the Vampire Coast treatment are Cathay, End, Nippon, Dogs of War / Southern Realms, which in my opinion includes Araby, and then Koresh. That would be my 5. Albion would be cool. I don't know how you could make Albion into like a big faction. Albion is so itty bitty. What is Koresh? Koresh is basically Southeast Asia. The Snake Men. Yeah, the Snake Men of Koresh. But yeah, Koresh is Southeast Asia. So it's like southeast of End. And it's like a bunch of jungles, and it's a pretty interesting place. Anyway, guys, that's going to do me for tonight. Chloe just smashed open a door, so I'm going to have to get up and go close it anyway, so we might as well just call it here. I really appreciate everybody coming by today. It has been a good time. I apologize I got on my soapbox there for a little while, but, you know, it happens. So, I hope you all have a wonderful day. I do intend to be back in about 7 hours for the morning stream, so hopefully I'll see some of you guys there, and yeah, have a great day. Thanks again so much for all the tips. I really appreciate it, guys. The support has been wonderful and helps me pay my bills and stay alive and eat food and stuff, so yeah, thanks again, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.